Uh, Hello again. When poets are new to writing or they're new to town, a lot of them have the same questions. You know, where are the readings? Where are the workshops? Where do I submit my work? And so one of the things that I've been doing for a long time in the community is a monthly email newsletter that helps to inform people about that. And I have a sign up here if there's anybody that's not on that list that would like to be on it. And I noticed that, and we did this on purpose, we have announcements and flyers and things over here because we want the focus to be on the features books, but I want people to be aware that it's here as well, and I want you to be aware of this. So I'm going to pass this around, and don't feel obligated, but if you'd like to receive a message once a month with a selection of what's happening in Vancouver and Portland, then you can add your name to this list, and we'll start that there. And I say that as a segue into a couple of things that I'd like to announce. Some of these things are mentioned over here, and some of them aren't. One of them is that I'm going to be teaching 2 workshops over the next few days. Both of them are free. The one on Saturday is kind of pay what you will or don't pay at all. But tomorrow from noon to 2, I'll be at the Writing Center at Washington State University of Vancouver. That's on the 2nd floor of the library, and there's some information over here. This is the last the last writing workshop that was funded by the grant that we received from Humanities Washington to do some events over there, as well as other things like Poets in the Schools. And we'll also be returning there for the last of a series of open mics that we were doing there on April 24th. So if you'd like to participate in that open mic, that's at WSUV on April 24th. Saturday, I will be teaching a workshop at Niche, which is easy to find. It's right next door to the historic landmark Keegan's Theater. That's from noon to 2:30. When that poetry writing workshop is over, we're going to have a collage party next door at Angst Gallery from 3 to 6. You need to join us for that. What else do we have? I'm also doing a series of poetry and music readings at Niche and Angst Gallery, and the next one of those will be April 26th at Niche Wine and Art Bar with Julio Appling, and he's a bass player. He was there with me in March 15th. He played with me, but it's just going to be the 2 of us this time. And those of you who haven't been to Niche before, they're licensed so that it's an all-ages venue. So if you have children and you'd like them to hear some poetry and music, they can be there even. They're open usually till about 10. You can bring family if you want to do that. So anyway, if you want to know about other things that are happening here and on the other side of the river, get your name on that list, and I will get you some of that information that everyone's looking for. Okay, so now we are going to hear from someone who has a really strong presence on Facebook, and I kind of admire his courage in posting poems on Facebook as they come to him. Not everybody is sort of up for that, and consistently good poems too. Let's hear it one more time for Mike G.
Watched an interesting YouTube video lecture on Sylvia Plath by Nick Blunt, who teaches at the University of Toronto. Makes the interesting observation. He said, lyric poets tend to self-destruct because spending too much time in the timeless realm of the lyric takes a toll. A dangerous toll, the 10-year-old neighbor girl said. Is there any other kind? So that inspired this. We did what poetry demanded we do. Entered the labyrinth of self without torch. Encountered all that was and would become. Amazed by the bleakness of marriage and how fragile the gods as they tottered. Round and round the timeless dark dancing. Everywhere the current, the riptide of lines. We rise, gasping for a silent peace. Why do we do this dangerous thing? Naked our ears as the sirens sing. All these pink blossoms cause pain, because I don't know if you're okay. Sure as death and sex and spring, at least the squirrels are happy. Moon slices through night and hurts. In mind I fold you into health and fit you with new dress and shoes. Breathe you into eve here with me. Meanwhile, clouds like bombs crater sky. I stare at bracelet with little green turtles you gave me as a Euro K sign. Ode for Aunt Donna. Just recently lost an aunt. It's been an interesting life, and my relationship with her was interesting. First poem I've written about her. In time unmoved, contained in this dangerous poem we made, I'm still kissing you in the filthy kitchen, sitting on milk crates with Bible TV, squirting apocalypse as cats meow, amid tuna lathered on crackers, and you are still alive, kissing me a little too long. Night bleeding dawn on seventh day, Sabbath of ourselves with cobwebs, seducing perfumes and garbage stink, the fierce need of lips, for neck, for ears, for nose, for soul, for source of it all, for poem, and on and on and on it goes. God shalt not kingdom be damned. If crows were robots, I'd love them just the same. If we're pawns in an alien child's game, I'd still say yes to hear. If illusion, so what? I feel. Speaking of feelings, I'm sick of the goddamn stars and their longevity. Don't they get sore feet, chained in bad shoes, checking badges at celestial walls, waiting for God's not coming, so they dream of burning out, like I dream of burning out because I'm tired of time, even though it's beautiful, like forever sleep. Over the rainbow, or into a rage, or into a poem, the suffering goes, else the stasis explodes, the host. The bartender's a saint with a suck my literature mouth. It's where I go when I'm lonely. It's where I'm going tonight. I'm never more lonely than when I'm done performing. Thank you.
Thanks, Mike. Somebody give Mike a hug. He's lonely. Thank you.
Beautiful
Love.
woman.
It's all about the love. We've been really fortunate for some time now to have someone with the time and the energy and the interest to document what's going on here. And I don't know if people are aware that for some time the entirety of the Ghost Town Poetry Open Mic has been available on YouTube. But if you were not aware, let your friends know. If, like me and like many of us, you have family that are in other parts of the country and you think they'd like to see, or if you have somebody who's a little shy or just doesn't make it to Vancouver a lot and you want them to see how much fun we're having, let them know that they can go onto YouTube and see that. They can't all fit on one file or one video, so sometimes it's in pieces, but it's all there, and it's all due to our next reader and friend, Tiffany Berbishram.
The first poem I'm going to read actually was inspired by Mike G. About a year ago, or last May, I was introduced to his poetry. And so I had his chapbooks, and this one poem of his called Dear Santa sat with me, and sat with me, and sat with me. So the better friends we became, I asked his permission if I could write one similar. So this is my Dear Santa poem. Dear Santa, since Mike G wrote you asking for someone, I thought, why not give it a try? I'm not sure if you've answered him. You should. He's a kind soul, worthy of the things he asked for. For my letter, maybe Mrs. Claus would be better. I think a woman's perspective may bring a better understanding of what I'm asking for. Please do not take offense. You have always been gracious to me. The Easy Bake Oven I received at 9 was wonderful. I made many cakes and shared them with my brothers, so thank you. Dear Mrs. Claus, since I have failed to seek love on my own, I am reaching out to you. My request is simple, yet my search has left me on a never-ending pursuit. What I ask for is simple, a man that knows how to truly love. Please do not send me one that is plagued by demons in the bottle. I have paid my dues to those men more than once. Please send me a man that can have a few drinks, and not one that drinks to the point of calling me a fucking cunt in the middle of the night. Being woken at 2 a.m. just to be called names leads to many nights without sleep. I would like someone who doesn't say they want to bash my head into the ground just because I chose not to speak. A third voice cannot be reasoned with. Please send me someone that loves my heart and not someone who will take advantage of my kindness. Looks are not that important to me, just someone with kind eyes and a warm smile. Those two things can tell you a lot about their soul. Please send me someone who knows how to give and receive love and knows how to show love. Words are wonderful when the actions behind them do not conflict. Please send me someone that inspires me to write because my heart is overflowing with love, not someone that forces me to write just so I can breathe and sends me so deep within myself that it takes years to resurface. Someone to grow old with that will appreciate the wrinkles around my eyes and the lines around my mouth. The right person will be the cause of these lines. Their humor will make me smile and laugh. Send me someone that my friends will love and want to be around, not someone that makes my friends only want to see me alone. Please send me someone that understands passion. Passion for making love, for writing poetry, for travel, for family and friends in life. I do not need someone that withholds their body from me. I have spent too many years in passionless relationships. This is not good for a woman's soul and self-esteem. Makes them question if they are appealing and worthy of desires of the flesh. Please send me someone to walk beside me when I'm at my best, worst, or somewhere in between. Someone capable of seeing my beauty no matter what my outward appearance might be. Make them appreciate curves and the changes and transformation that our bodies take as we are blessed with years. A balanced soul would be nice, someone that equally gives and takes. I have been with many takers. I would like to share what is left of my heart with someone worthy. Money is not a big deal for me. I just ask that they can support themselves and their passions. I don't need to be lavish with gifts. A simple sunflower cut from my garden would be nice. Please do not send me with someone that thinks that my face is a punching bag. I already walked around with that shame. Black and blue, I'm watching the reaction of people's faces. Having to watch my kids look away and not know what to say. Love for themselves, for me, and for life is what I truly seek for myself. Mrs. Claus, I know you have a direct line to Santa. I ask that before you answer the request of my letter, that Mike G's be answered first. It appears he has suffered more than me.
Still waiting.
I'm a little disappointed with Santa and Mrs. Claus.
I enjoyed the erector set at age 9.
So I have a few more. These are short ones. This next one's called Redemption. I wrote this one today. It was based on a prompt that a friend gave me, so we'll see how this one goes. There is no redemption for you, at least not anything that I can do. I could not save you from yourself. I could barely save myself from you. I tried every tactic from compassion to love to control and ultimatums. Nothing worked. I tried to support you and show you a different way. That didn't work. I tried to control you, make you a caged animal on a leash. You only fought back. I removed myself from you, and sometimes you followed, sometimes you went the opposite direction. Sometimes you begged for forgiveness, most of the time you placed blame. There is no redemption for the corruption you caused to my heart. There is no restoring my faith in you and the love you claim to have for me. We are as depleted as ex-lovers come, scars still bleeding, wounds left seeping, bones left broken. Redemption for us is complete separation. There is no saving us from the damage we do to each other. And this last one is called New York Seals My Heart. She smiles at me with a toothy grin. She is all bundled up, ready to head back home. I kiss her, hug my brother, as the pressure mounts behind my blue eyes. I don't want to see them walk away with their luggage. I don't want to miss the mornings where she eats her strawberries, pancakes, and oatmeal. Watch her pull the socks from her perfect little toes. The pack and play is empty, only the blankets remain. The blocks and socks mixed with picture frames lay on the floor. Lily's song lingers through quiet hallways. Her footsteps remain on the floor. Her fingerprints lay upon the glass table. I am not in a hurry to wash them away. Thank you.
Thanks. And next we're going to hear from a gentleman who is a brilliant satirist and wrote, I think, a beautiful introduction for the recently released Ghost Town Poetry Volume 2, Dennis McBride.
I'd start out with a joke. I like to read jokes at poetry readings. This is an obscure joke that I stumbled upon. Schrodinger and Heisenberg were pulled over by a cop for speeding. After some back and forth about uncertainty regarding their speed and position, the cop, so bewildered by their responses, he ordered them out of the car and searched it. Opening the trunk, he said, "Did you know there's a dead cat in your trunk?" "There is now, asshole," said Schrodinger. Thought I'd read I've been wallowing in kind of American angst, fighting Rome, so I'm just going to share a little misery medley with you. This is just a letter to my letter to a stupid editor. First of all, they don't give a Republican or Democrats rat's ass about equal opportunity. All that obviously matters is an equal or comparable outcome. It shouldn't be necessary to expand or amplify the function of thought to arrive at that conclusion. Of course, it's the obvious stating itself. It seems to have escaped the public's attention that there are only two people running for office every 4 years who want to put you to work and be the boss. And they're only arguing over which one can do it best, the quickest and the cheapest. Just the appearance of those two words, boss and work, should be enough to alert any soul that still has a soul that they do not have your interests at heart, are not trustworthy, and have obviously not even given a backward glance to what is important about being alive. In fact, the sharp, buried, brutal truth is they don't even know you're alive because they don't know of your personal existence, so couldn't possibly care about you unless, of course, you're willing to stretch the abstract to disfigurement. Listening to their speeches leaves one in doubt that they could even recognize what constitutes a nice day, or name one ingredient that belongs in one. I mean, when is the last time you heard one of them mention anything poetic like sunsets or Slurpees or sexual anticipation? That's not to mention a really bad day, which obviously excludes their personal experience or imaginative reach. That is, if you're going to judge by body language or general equilibrium evident in their tragically anesthetized maturity and reality indoctrination. We haven't been able to distinguish between the PC of political correctness from the CD of common decency since Atticus Finch died and disappeared somewhere in the 1960s. The economics of biology. It's the bright penny's terrible power, there in the thin, scared smiles of small Asian immigrants wandering dogless, catless streets. Their hungry eyes hover over half-empty stomachs like street lamps. America is just another landmass. Few dogs now know the cat's always dead. The prisoners. The great machine started out printing money, cutting the grass, and shooting out sharp information. Then they pulled the cord and plunged us into darkness. The keys to the handcuffs are on the floor and the cell door is open, no one noticing what we came here for. This is called catastrophe. The poor cat, all safe, asleep, and then so sudden, 235 unclaimed $14 fell right on top of her. The whole world wanted it. It would destroy itself to get it. And then it fell right on sleeping Winnie, and she just ran like hell. Rehabilitation. Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses, all the king's men tried to put Humpty Dumpty back together again so they could put him back up on the wall where he was miserable, where he had his great fall. Evolution. People are funny about sex and money, and the mirror says be vain. Who thought the ones to follow the dinosaur would speak of good and evil, dance, wear hats in the rain? Birds above cross borders displaying higher orders. People below carry passports, will do anything to a chicken. Question, do you have that place inside you, independent and apart from the way things are, where you can respond to the way things are, in a way that is not dictated by the way things are? It's called Heaven on Earth. Last night I watched the astounding silver comet passing overhead in a black satin sky, streaking past the startling life on Earth like an urgent message from a succinct God. But it wasn't. It was from my dead friend Randy, who always said, some people are so fucking hopeless they wouldn't know how to be astonished if you sent them directions in a comet. It's called The Executioner's Story. You will notice that I no longer drape my face in the black hood. Shame is no longer needed. The unhappy crowd has said yes. The bloody axe in the chair of electricity has lapsed into the past, bequeathing us the quiet capsule, the painless quick needle. I do this because it is right. I only do it because of goodness. How could I do it if I were not good? If I were not right? If you do not bring me my goodness on a tarnished silver tray of your life? I do not do it lightly. How could I? Look how important it is, and I am doing it. Look at those who surround you, their solemn silence, the heavy goodness of their uniforms. Look at our courage, how we endure the terror leaking from your final face. I'll leave with a happy one. Psychopharmacology. A cloud met a psychiatrist in the sky. I want to give you something to help your condition, the psychiatrist said. Would you try it? I try everything, the cloud replied. It's my nature. What would you like me to try? It's called Winsoflex Aeroxycil, the doctor said. What's it for? To help firm up your boundaries. Go ahead, said the cloud. There, said the doctor. Now, how do you feel? I feel kind of like when I enter a wind tunnel. I feel different, yet I feel the same. Well, give it a while. It takes time, said the doctor. What is time? asked the cloud. It's another medicine, the doctor said, but it takes too long.
Now please say hello to Bruce Hall.
This is called Washing You Away, aka My Childhood Nightmare. You toss, turn, kick, the pressure builds. The multi-armed stump grabs, reaches from everywhere. Too many hands for you to slap. Fast water. He pushes your face in. Once, twice, 3 times. He dunks you, washing you away. But you go nowhere. Gulp for air. The multi-armed stump takes you down, further. You cannot escape the hold. His strong arms squeeze you. You struggle but cannot escape. His grip crushes you. Blowless pressure, washing you away. Gasp, you have no air. Gasp. Dirt falls on your face, your legs. He heaps shovel loads of dirt on you. Light flicks on and off. Pain jabs with rhythmic light beat. You squirm and look, but no one is around. He sticks to you like paste, washing you away. The stump sucks you into the mud, then jumps on you, always grabbing. He throws water in your face. Not enough to wake you. No, little boy. There is more to come. He's just getting started. He pulls you from the mud and pushes you back in. Feet first, head first, washing you away. The stump's hands hold your eyelids shut. He pinches your nose. Your breath hops on a piece of wood. It goes down the chute and over the waterfall. Now it's your turn, little boy, into the fast water, down the chute and over the falls, washing you away. You're pinned under the rocks. He flicks gravel in your face, pushes it up your nose. Laughter, loud laughter. The multi-armed stump blows in your face. His breath smells like puke, jabbing fingers through your ears. Roaring water is all you hear. Will death come for you? The stump screams, it could happen, anytime, washing you away. Cry, little boy, scream for mama. Run, little boy, run, go to her. She can't help you. You know he's always around. Tonight when you fall back to sleep, tomorrow night, the next night, he does not care when. He's waiting patiently. He'll be there forever, washing you away.
Thank you, Bruce. Multi-talented multitaskers. A crime story with tinted windows and a happy ending. Thai foot massage. Little girl gives good toe. Needs out a happy ending. A familiar story flickers across closed lids to strobe its way into memory. Like a pair of flippers fetishized in the dead of night. High maintenance soup sipper, low down soul ripper. No new permutations seen this drama before. Girl can't help it. Only tears remain, hunkered down in the handicapped bathroom between sets, dreaming of a life in show business. Maybe you're not, that's kind of a ghost town poem. Of a kind, if you've been watching the news. These are song lyrics, so second time I'll be reading song lyrics as poetry, but mine this time. And this is based on something that actually happened. I guess you could tell me after whether you pick up on what happened. Daddy don't look right. Daddy's got no sense. Daddy's gonna wait for you after school. Daddy can't see you, his head is a mess. What you are to him is anyone's guess. So don't be afraid, son, to see the blade swing your way. No, don't be afraid, son, to see the blade swing your way. You're nothing but a mannequin, in his eyes, anyway. Some can't see what's right in front of them. Some can't see what they've looked at 1,000 times. Some will look right at you, look right through you, enough to make you feel empty, worthless, enough to make you feel like you got no soul. Nothing else you can do. You gotta keep on smiling till the blade swings down on you. Stay alert, still. That blade gonna swing down. Nothing else you can do. So the article is called, and you can look this up, it's from the Independent in the UK. Jeremiah Wright found not guilty over beheading of son who he believed was a CPR dummy. So you can look that up when you get home. So I want to finish with one from the new book from Brutal Glimpse of Moonlight. Yeah, this one's pretty good. Johnny Cash becomes like a character in the book. There are a lot of pop culture icons that are mentioned in Norman Mailer's book, and that's how so many of them end up on the cover and also end up in the book. But Johnny Cash actually visited Gary Gilmore, who was the killer that the book is about. It's based on a true story, in prison. So that's why there's a lot of material in the novel about Johnny Cash, and so I was able to make Johnny Cash one of the characters in the story that I eventually told. So this is one of those that includes some Johnny Cash material from April 19th, Kin to the Magician in the Shadows of the Dream. 1. My very seed crescendoed into lust and vanity, borne aloft by a gray batwing. A real shift in the power trip. One thing was peculiar, clear. Language is smothering the soul. I'm a prisoner of my body. I'm awful goddamn hungry, man. Full of bullshit conjecture. I'd appreciate a prompt, honest answer. The truth. More spontaneity in verbal exchange. Several more years of penitential days. Public clamor. tearing and churning. A factual man could have died right there. Knowing an intelligent decision. Those rules are so fucking stupid. I am the landlord here. I can't let you in. I'm just the mailman. I deliver, that's all. 2. Listen to Johnny Cash. Quote, bought me a new typewriter today. I didn't know I could be this happy. If I make the wrong move, it will all disintegrate. It's all inside of us, but I guess I ran from it, and when I did try to approach it, I went about it all wrong. Became discouraged, bored, lazy, and finally acceptable. I'm just an innocent victim of society's bullshit. I don't believe that. There has to be a mistake. All a part of the pleasures of thought. I am almost ridiculous. A boring conversationalist. I can live through that. Just live in it, like a film. Like a salve on a small wound. Like a natural-born ballerina. I claim that mountain girl for my own. The memory of my life would chafe in the flesh until death. End quote. So those of you who are brave enough to wade into the brutality that is Brutal Glints of Moonlight, I hope you find it as much fun to read as I had fun writing it and arranging it, might be one way to say it. And I want to say a big thank you to Em for her work. To Tony for helping her. Congratulations to Em on the publication of the Widow's Handbook and on her chapbook. If you don't have a copy of this chapbook yet, you should really get your hands on it, and it's available here. Also want to thank Mel and Mark for staying open late for us again. I hope it's not too early to mention that we'll have another book launch event in May for Mel, whose first book with Harlequin, Suspense, is that the name of the line? One of Harlequin's part of their suspense line. She has a book coming out from them, and the event is going to be on May 10th. So one way to say thank you for all of the time and energy and support that Mel has given us would be to show up for her book event. Maybe buy a book too while you're here. May 10th. And we'll see you back here again on May 8th with Daniel Scatchmills. Thanks all of you for being with us, and we hope to see you here again. Do you want help with the chair at this time?
Just